Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. The last 2 days I have received many requests to do a video on the death of Monty Williams' wife at age 44, February 10th, 2016. As I've been talking about on my written blog and on this video channel, 44 is a very significant number to the Freemasons and Zionists who rule over us, and they often kill people by this number. In this nation, the first ever president to die in office died on 4/4, April 4th. That was William Henry Harrison, the ninth president. The last president to die in office was JFK, the 35th president, but also the 44th term president. He was shot in the middle of Dealey Plaza, named after a 33rd degree Freemason. The first presidential assassination was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham is a name with 44 gematria. Honest Abe is a nickname with 44 gematria. If you're new here, gematria is the practice of coding numbers into words. The word kill itself has a gematria of 44. Let's just do this together. K is the 11th letter, I is the 9th, L's the 12th, L's the 12th. Added up, 11 plus 9 plus 12 plus 12, kill equals 44. Right now in the United States, we are in the time of the 44th president. Malcolm X, black civil rights leader, died on a date with 44 numerology. His assassin got a 44-year prison sentence, and his assassin, Thomas Hagen, has name gematria of 44. There are multiple methods of gematria. There's simple English, as I showed you right here. There's also Pythagorean gematria, where you make each letter a single digit. In Pythagorean gematria, kill is worth 17. K is the 11th letter. 1 plus 1 equals 2. I is the 9th. L's the 12th. 1 plus 2 equals 3. You see, you reduce each letter to a single digit using numerology, and you add. Kill equals 44 the big way, 17 the small way. The mathematical check is the numbers will always have the same numerology. 44 equals 4 plus 4 equals 8. 17 equals 1 plus 7 equals 8. You see that? It's all math. This is a real system. I did not invent this. This goes back to Pythagoras. Pythagoras, said to be an original Freemason. In gematria, Pythagoras equals Freemasonry. So anyway, with regards to 44 and this being a big number, let me take you back to last year's NBA Finals. The Cavs last season turned 44 years old, the year LeBron returned to Cleveland. 3 teams turned 44 last year: the Portland Trail Blazers, Cleveland Cavaliers, and also the Los Angeles Clippers, who were originally the Buffalo Braves. They were all established in the 70-71 season, the year the NBA rose to 17 teams. 17, another special number in this study. NBA itself has gematria of 17. So anyhow, Game 1 of the NBA Finals last year, King James, a nickname with 44 gematria, scored 44 points in Game 1, and I want to take you back and give you a little lesson. Game 1 of the NBA Finals was synced up with Lupercalia, the festival on the 44th day of the year, which is tomorrow, February 13th. Lupercalia in gematria equals 44 the small way, 98 the big way. And last year's NBA Finals were played 98 days after Cleveland and the Warriors had last played in the regular season. Game 1 of overtime, or Game 1 went to overtime of the NBA Finals with a score of 98-98. No coincidence. Before this happened, I was talking about how heavily these numbers were getting coded into sports and into mainstream media. You might recall there was a Philadelphia train wreck just before the NBA playoffs, or before the NBA Finals. LeBron ended up starring in a movie, Trainwreck. It's all synced up. None of this is coincidence. It's because the Freemasons control the sports leagues, they control the movies, they control government, they control media, and they have mapped out this world with a numerological web, and they have a lot of these events interrelated. If you're new here, I am proving this day after day. Before the Super Bowl just happened, I said it would be Broncos, Panthers, Going back to November, I said it would be for the race war symbolism that the media is building. I said there'd be Black Panther tributes. I showed how it was all going to be long before it happened. And now we all see what's going on. Beyonce, Black Panthers, protests, controversial media headlines. This is what the powers that be want. They want us divided, distracted, manipulated. And that's why they do this with their bogus media and their rigged sports leagues. And just look at this SportsCenter thing right here with LeBron with the 44-second stamp on it. This year, the Golden State Warriors are in their 44th year of being in Golden State. They are originally from Philadelphia. Remember, Philadelphia began with the record losing streak. Golden State began with the record winning streak. This is no coincidence. These are all part of the numerological tributes. So before we get to Monty Williams' wife, I want to go over this recent game where the Warriors traveled to Washington, D.C. They got to meet with the president for being the NBA champions. They gave the 44th president a number 44 jersey, and they showed up in Washington, D.C. that day with 44 wins. No coincidence. All part of the monumental scripting. In the Super Bowl, I was talking about how it was all coded with the 85 Bears. Obama called the Broncos this week and compared them to the 85 Bears. Everybody can listen to that. These are things I've been talking about for months. I showed how the college football championship was synced up with the Super Bowl. Last year, I showed how the college basketball championship was synced up with the NBA Finals. The college championship was April 6th, 4-6. The NBA Finals started June 4th, 6-4. In the NBA Finals, Coach K won, whose birthday is on Lupercalia. Coach K, born on Lupercalia. They defeated Wisconsin. Wisconsin, one of only two states with a gematria of 44. The star player of Wisconsin wore the number 44, and his birthday was April 4th. Look at this. Show you something about our calendar, our language, and these numbers. Notice that 44 and April 4th have identical gematria. Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated on April 4th. His assassin would die years later on a date with 144 numerology. JFK, the 44th term president, died on the first day of Sagittarius. His brother would die at 1:44 in the morning. All coding, all by the numbers, all of these things are interrelated. It's all part of the web woven by the Masons and Zionists who rule over us again. So anyhow, back to this game in Washington, D.C. Stephen Curry scored 51 points. The word conspiracy has gematria 51, a number that connects to Freemason. The Warriors won with 134 points. This took me back to the Philadelphia train wreck, which came exactly 134 days before the president met with the Pope. This number 134 is often found around destruction. Notice the Wizards also scored 121 points. I'll show you what's up with that in a moment. This is the game in Washington, D.C. From the date of this game was played, February 3rd, to the start of the NBA Finals this year, which is June 2nd, 2016, a date with 44 numerology, is a span of 121 days, and Warriors in gematria equals 121. Notice they defeated the Wizards, who had 121 points. The numbers 49 and 121 are the numbers of Revelation, the final book of the Bible, the book that the Masons and Zionists use as a playbook. Warriors also happens to equal 49 and 121. With regards to the Warriors, they were originally from Philadelphia, the original nation's capital, before it moved to Washington, D.C. They won the first ever championship in the year 47. 47, another special number to the Masons and Zionists. There's a reason the first championship was in that year. This also connects to president. President has gematria of 47. For that tribute where he got the number 44 jersey, They show Best of Warriors at the White House. This is an ESPN ticker. Notice it's a minute 39. 139 equals Freemasonry. All numerological tributes. And after that game, the headline was that the Warriors matched their best start through 49 games. Warriors, the small way, 49. They defeat their opponent, who finishes with 121 points. The game comes 121 days before the start of the NBA Finals. So earlier this year, recall the Warriors were chasing a record of 33 state wins set by the Lakers in 71, the year the Warriors showed up in Golden State. It was Milwaukee who broke the Lakers streak in 71. Milwaukee went on to win the NBA Finals this year. This time around, they broke the Warriors streak. Check this out. Remember, Milwaukee's in Wisconsin, one of only 2 states with a 44 gematria. The Lakers' streak that they snapped was 33 games. The Warriors were 28 games. And 33 and 28 are special numbers that share a relationship. In gematria, when written out, they both sum to 156, just like Milwaukee Bucks. This is a special number. 911, 911 is the 156th prime. The construction firm that built the World Trade Centers that came falling down on 9/11, their firm name in gematria sums to 156. No coincidence. We live in a scripted world, which is what I'm trying to wake people up to. In this scripted world, things are planned out many decades in advance. Our history is mapped out, our news stories are mapped out, our sports championships are mapped out. I also pointed out in this post that on April 9th, 4-9 is when the Warriors' record streak began. Remember, Warriors equals 49 the small way? It began against the Blazers, who are from the 33rd state, Oregon. They were chasing a 33-win record streak that began against Portland, the team from the 33rd state. See how beautifully it's all synced up? Wisconsin and Georgia, the only 2 states with 44 gematria. Steve Kerr returned this year for the Warriors' 44th game, for his 83rd game. Remember, it happened on the same day David Black got fired. I have a video on this. Whole lot more to the story, but just notice, another 44 tribute. With regards to the win streak the Warriors were chasing against the Lakers from 44 years ago, that team had Jerry West on it, who is the logo now for the NBA. The logo is of him. Jerry West wore the number 44. The name Jerry West in gematria equals 44. The word grand has gematria 44. Freemasons have grand lodges. The G inside the compass and square of the Freemason logo represents both the numbers 33 and 44. It represents grand. Big G also represents 33 because there's a form of gematria called Francis Bacon gematria where lowercase a through lowercase z is 1 through 26 and uppercase a through uppercase z is 27 through 52. Big G, 33. That's why you see that letter everywhere. That's why that letter's been spread through so many things, from hip-hop, Gatorade, everything else. It's all really a big Freemason tribute.